The foliage had grown taller than I was, as it was approaching midsummer. The evening was rich in floral and undergrowth scents and smells. The recent hot weather, followed by the rains, had lent a jungle feel to the place. The presence of ferns and a few horsetail plants had added to this sense. The air was hot and humid, even though evening was well on its way to night. I slowly and reverently walked the circle. I had kept it neat and free of fronds or stalks, halted to the rise of rosebay willow herb and bramble, chopped down nettles and thistles that had capitalized on the area of sun. The shelter was central, with chimenea inside, crystals hanging from the upper branches of the host willow that formed the living central pole of the shelter. I talked to the elements as I walked. I lit my sage and walked, allowing the smoke to infuse the area with mysticism. I called on my helpers, I bowed and I chanted, walking ever round and round, north, east, south and west, all were bowed to. Earth, air, fire and water, all were nodded at, spoken to. I continued walking until all was ready. I put down the sage and picked up my rattle. Then I pressed play on the cassette recorder, and a rhythmic drum beat sounded out into the space and into my ears from the machine. Through my ears and into my internal worlds, past edges, corners, across lakes, down rivers, out to the cosmic sea. I moved gently and flowing to the slow and soft beat. The tempo increased. I moved faster. I shook the rattle about, making the shells and the dried peas, the bits of crystal and stone inside sound. I called for my lost bits. Oh, how I vowed to look after them better next time. I pictured many varied scenes and vistas as it all increased in tempo, sound and movement. It built up and built up. Then, like an orgasm, peaked amidst a welter of manic rattling. I fell to the floor, sweaty and spent, lying on the warm and damp earth, clawing at the clay, impressing to my returning remnants that they were now with me. It had been time for them to come home, give life back to the ghost once more.